That one shape is the basis for this entire video. There's even a cheat sheet you can download completely for free, but the only thing you have to do is pay attention, because the document is password protected, and at some point in this video, I'll give you the password. Please, for the benefit of others, don't share what that password is in the comments. If it's shared, I'll go ahead and delete the comment. The principle is simple. If you play the shape, your index finger on the low or the high E string represents the minor root. That is, the name of the minor pentatonic scale you just played. So if you know that the second fret on the low or the high E string is the note F sharp, you just played F sharp minor pentatonic scale. Your pinky on the low or high E string represents the root of the major pentatonic scale. So if you know the names of your notes only within the first 5 frets, you'll recognize that this box is also A major pentatonic. From there, you're going to start moving that singular shape around, going to specific locations on the fingerboard and reusing this exact same shape. I'm going to spell the entire thing out for you. I don't naturally play this way because I've been doing this for over 3 decades, and when I play, I see chord tones, arpeggios, scales, and triads all over the fingerboard. But if you're just getting into this, you probably don't know all of that stuff yet, and maybe you don't even want to learn it. So if I were to just start soloing, and solo for a while using this concept that I'm about to lay out for you, I might come up with something like this. All I played to was a really pedestrian 12-bar blues form. I hope you can play a 12-bar blues in your sleep, but if you're not there yet, and if you're having any trouble internalizing that form, I made another video about it quite some time ago. I'll link to it in the card above on this video player. Anytime you're over the 1 chord in any key, specifically it's got to be a dominant 7th chord, and it's A7 in a blues. I want to be very clear about that. This is not something to do over Old Friends by Simon and Garfunkel. I say that as a massive Paul Simon fan, almost sort of a Paul Simon fanatic. I think he's one of the greatest songwriters who ever lived. But you're not doing this over Old Friends. So when the chord is A7, for example, wear out A minor pentatonic, and that'll give you the minor sound, which sounds very bluesy. When you're tired of the minor sound and you want a major pentatonic, take that exact same shape that you've been wearing out and just move your hand down 3 frets. So if you move the shape down 5, 4, 3, 2, your index will land on the 2nd fret. And now you have A major pentatonic. Well, guess what? A major pentatonic also sounds really good. So now you have the exact same shape that you can move back and forth between within a span of only 3 frets, and you can freely move from minor to major or from major back to minor and mix and match all you want. Again in A, it's over the A7 chord. We call that the 1 chord. So if it was in the key of C, we'd be doing the same thing, just moving with our index from the 8th fret to our index down at the 5th fret. The concepts translate anywhere on the guitar. When you go to the 4 chord in the key of A for blues in A, that's D7. There was another video I did probably almost at least 10 months ago on the Circle of Fourths that would have explained all this as well. Feel free to check that out if you really want to dive deep. Now you're on the D7 chord. The 4 chord sounds really good when you trigger one of 2 sounds. First, you can just stay on the home minor pentatonic sound in a blues or a guitar rock kind of thing. The chord goes to D7, but you stay on A minor pentatonic. Or, if you want the D major pentatonic sound, move your hand up 2 frets. So now your index will be 2 frets higher. Because we were in A and our index finger was at the 5th fret for A minor pentatonic scale, just move your index up 5, 6, 7. Trigger the shape off the 7th fret. You can now alternate between sweet D major kind of sounds and more blues-based, dominant, strong D7 chord tones that would be found within the A minor pentatonic scale. The password for the document is Gus. G-U-S. That's with a capital G. When it's time for the 5 chord in the key of A, that's going to be the E7 chord, you've got your choice of 3 sounds. Here are your choices. 1, you can just stay home. Well, great, Einstein, I already knew that. Yeah, you already knew that. But it's a viable sound. It's a possibility. So you can stay home on the A minor pentatonic scale. Or you could go to the E major pentatonic sound, and to get there, you're just going to move your finger up, your index finger, 4 frets. So in the key of A, remember, our index was at the 5th fret in that basic box shape. If you go up 4 frets from there, now your index will be starting on the 9th fret. That shape is E major pentatonic. But also, over the 5 chords, you can go to the minor pentatonic sound that matches the chord. So you could go to E minor pentatonic over the E7 chord, and that'll sound really solid. It'll sound really good. So feel free to alternate. It really doesn't matter the kind of music you want to play. What we've done here is simplified down, greatly simplified down, some underlying principles of harmony and melody, and how when you're playing a single note solo, certain notes sound better than others with certain chords. Each of the 2, or in the case of the E7 chord, 3 options that you have available to you now will give you a combination of the major triad for each chord, the dominant 7th note, that is the flat 7, for each chord, and over the A7 and E7 chord, the minor 3rd as well. It's all contained just using that one shape and moving it around the fingerboard in the formula that I just laid out for you, and is also contained in the cheat sheet because this has a lot of information and it's easy to forget it or to just get mixed up and go to the right fret but over the wrong chord. So all of this is condensed for you into the cheat sheet, so you can glance at it, and it's like a map. You'll be able to get from point A to point B without zigzagging around. So it's all there for the taking. Take good care, and I hope you get everything you ever wanted out of the guitar. If you work at it, if you love it, if you play it a lot, you're going to get good.